We are going to start by saving the great state of New York. Is that good? You can't ever, nobody can win. Republicans can't win. I said, I can win New York, and we can win New York. We're going to win New York.
Pretty bold to go to a state you lost and tell the crowd you actually won.
Picture this. Trump's in Ohio, spinning tales wilder than a low-budget zombie flick. Colbert's on the case, ready to slay these political monsters with his trusty sword of satire. Buckle up, folks. We're diving into a hero's journey where facts are the real superpower. Alright, folks, let's do some Trump math. You know, where 2 plus 2 whatever makes immigrants look scarier. What if the numbers in his Springfield invasion story are about as real as his hair color? Trump claimed that 32,000 illegal immigrants invaded Springfield, Ohio, nearly doubling its population. Time to break out the comically oversized calculator. Let's see. Carry the 1, divide by orange. Nope, doesn't add up. And here's the real scoop. About 15,000 Haitians moved to Springfield legally over 4 years due to a humanitarian crisis. Cue dramatic plot twist sound effect. That's right, Trump's invasion is more like a slow trickle of people seeking a better life. But hey, why let facts get in the way of a good scare story? Now, let's talk about Trump's vivid description of these immigrants. According to the orange turd, they're animals climbing through windows. I don't know about you, but I'm picturing a squirrel in a tiny sombrero now. As Colbert's equipped, ah yes, the rarely seen immigrant squirrel hybrid, coming soon to a window near you. But wait, there's more. Trump didn't stop at window climbing. He went full horror movie and claimed these immigrants were eating people's pets. Yep, you heard that right. Apparently in Trump's world, immigrants have a particular taste for Fido and Fluffy. Now, I know what you're thinking.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
Steven, surely there must be some evidence for these outrageous claims. Well, hold on to your popcorn, folks, because here comes the shocking twist. There isn't any. A Wall Street Journal reporter, probably wondering if he'd stepped into the Twilight Zone, stated there were just no reports that this was happening.
We just found no truth to the idea that they're there illegally or that there's any issues around the community.
Here's the Wall Street Journal, front page, told the pet eating story was untrue.
So let's recap. No invasion, no pet eating, no window climbing animal people. It's almost like Trump's turning political rallies into B-movie screenings. As Colbert put it, next up, invasion of the vote snatchers. But here's the thing, folks. While we're laughing at the absurdity of Trump's claims, there's a darker side to this comedy of errors. This isn't just a harmless ghost story told around a campfire. Trump's fear-mongering has real consequences. Trump's Springfield story flopped, but don't worry. He's got plenty more tall tales up his sleeve.
Is Springfield, Ohio officials informed Vance's staff that rumors were baseless.
All of their records in the sheriff's office, the state wildlife division, and there were just no reports that this was happening.
What if I told you his next yarn involves immigrants with superpowers? Spoiler alert, it's less X-Men and more ex-president's fever dream. Welcome to Trump's political horror movie marathon, where reality takes a back seat and fear-mongering takes the wheel. Our orange antagonist has been busy crafting a narrative that would make even B-movie directors blood.
32,000 illegal immigrants come into the town, 32.
They're climbing through your windows. No, folks, they're climbing through your windows. They're leaping out of their slimy egg.
Move over, Sharknado. We've got Attack of the Window-Climbing Pet Eaters coming to a Trump rally near you. Picture this. A dimly lit room, walls plastered with "Immigrants are scary" posters, a well-worn copy of Fear-Mongering for Dummies on the nightstand, and the constant soundtrack of screaming. That's right, folks. We're inside Trump's brain, and it's scarier than his hair in a windstorm. In this latest installment of Trump's horror franchise, he's transformed immigrants into monstrous threats. They're not just crossing borders anymore. Oh no, they're scaling walls, breaking through windows, and apparently developing a taste for Fido and Fluffy. It's as if his warnings come straight from a script co-written by Quentin Tarantino and Stephen King, with a dash of Fox News for extra spice. But here's the thing, folks. Trump's not just writing a horror script, he's trying to make America live it. His fear-mongering rhetoric isn't just entertaining in a twisted way, it's downright dangerous. It's turning political discussions into exaggerated horror stories, leading to real-world consequences in public perception and policy. Colbert, in his infinite wisdom, nailed it when he said, Trump's turning political rallies into B-movie screenings. Next up, invasion of the vote snatchers. But while we're laughing at the absurdity, we can't ignore the darker undertones. Trump's narratives play into deep-seated fears and contribute to a divisive political climate. Remember folks, this isn't just harmless entertainment. Trump's horror show has real-life extras, actual people being demonized and dehumanized for political gain. It's like he's trying to turn the American dream into the American scream. But here's the plot twist. Reality isn't playing along with Trump's script. Remember Springfield? While Trump was busy casting immigrants as the villains in his horror flick, the community was welcoming them with open arms. It's almost like they didn't get the memo about being extras in Trump's fear factory.
32,000. This is a little beautiful town. No crime, no problem. So they almost doubled their population in a period of a few weeks. Can you believe it?
Just when you thought Trump's political theater couldn't get any more absurd, he's decided to take on the toughest crowd of all, New Yorkers. Can the man who couldn't win a pizza eating contest in the city that never sleeps really conquer its electoral hearts? Grab your playbills, folks. This show's about to get interesting. In his latest performance, Trump's claiming he'll win New York in the next election. Yeah, you heard that right, the same New York that handed him his butt on a silver platter in both 2016 and 2020, beating him by a whopping 23 points. It's like watching a guy who can't swim volunteer for a starring role in Jaws.
We are going to start by saving the great state of New York. Is that good? You can't ever, nobody can win. Republicans can't win. I said, I can win New York and we can win New York. We're going to win New York.
Pretty bold to go to a state you lost and tell the crowd you actually won.
But hey, let's not rain on Trump's parade just yet. After all, he's got a foolproof strategy. Nobody can win. Republicans can't win. I said I can win New York, and we can win New York. Wow, with that kind of ironclad logic, how could he possibly lose? It's almost as convincing as his hair color. Colbert, being the voice of reason and comedy that he is, couldn't help but point out the absurdity. He quipped that Trump winning New York is about as likely as the city's infamous rats organizing a ballet company. Can you picture it? Tiny tutus, miniature point shoes, and a rousing performance of the Rat Cracker. Now that's a show I'd pay to see. But wait, there's more. Trump's not just making wild predictions, he's turning his rallies into motivational seminars. It's like Tony Robbins meets The Apprentice, but with more orange and less sense. Colbert nailed it when he mimicked Trump's motivational speaking style. Believe it, and you can achieve it. Like me winning California, or having a natural hair color. Let's be real for a second. Trump winning New York is about as likely as finding a cheap apartment in Manhattan, or a New Yorker who doesn't have an opinion on pizza. It's like expecting the Statue of Liberty to suddenly start doing the can-can. But in Trump's world, anything's possible, especially if it doesn't involve facts or reality. You've got to hand it to the guy though. His optimism is unshakable. He's like that friend who insists they can parallel park a limo in Times Square during rush hour. Sure, it's technically possible, but you wouldn't want to bet your MetroCard on it. Trump's New York dream is a perfect example of his unique brand of political fantasy. It's not just unlikely, it's so far-fetched that it makes his claims about immigrant window climbers look downright reasonable. At least those were based in the same universe as reality, even if they were on the outer fringes. But here's the kicker. While we're all laughing at Trump's New York pipe dream, it's worth remembering that this is the same guy who once said he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose voters. So maybe, just maybe, his wild claims aren't just comedy gold. They're a reminder of how he views politics and his supporters.